Hi Sophia, thanks for stopping by. So I'm sure by now you have watched Tabitha's video. That Tabitha, her channel is Craving Yellow. If you haven't seen it, the link is in the description. And I was just reading reactions and comments, and people are very harsh about it. And even some YouTubers actually made actual videos about that video. And I was thinking, why are people so cold and mean? But I think Tabitha already knew. She was expecting some backlash from it. But if you were to just sit down and think, why are we so angry about this video? If you were to just take aside the emotions out of it and just critically think about why are we angry about it, I think the main reason would be it's because we just don't want to be told the truth. We live in a generation, unfortunately, where everybody wants to be told, hey, you'll do great, you're doing great, you're amazing. I mean, why do you think shows like Idols are such popular shows? It's because ever since you're 4 years old, you're always singing. But no one ever told you, hey, your voice is not really that good, or you need to take singing lessons. And then you grow up, you get to Idols, and then all of a sudden everybody's laughing at you and you're thinking, but I have an amazing voice. What's happening? Why are people not loving me? It's because of where the people that are surrounding you are always saying yes, and they're always saying it's good, and they're always saying it's amazing. So that's why I love channels like Tabitha's, where she's just talking about the other side of the coin. She's not telling anyone to not be an influencer. She's not telling anyone to quit their job or to not quit their job. She's just saying, hey, I've been on this other side and this is how things go. So many of Instagrammers and channels, they're always showing the good side of things. They're always saying, hey, I made $1 million, or hey, I made 500K. But no one is really saying, but how did you get to that point? Everyone is always looking at the end product, and they're not really looking at the journey of this person to get to wherever they are. So what I got from my video is, just do not quit your job because you're thinking that you'll make all this money, because you might not make it. She's not saying that you will not make it. She's saying you might not, and here are the reasons why. And if you watch the video, then by now you understand why she was saying it. And it's just the same as another analogy is just the same as people know that when you get onto a plane, it might crash and the chances of you surviving are minimal, like you might die. Does that stop people from flying? No. Do they know the risks? Yes. And that's all she's doing. She's just telling you, hey, if you get onto this plane, it might crash and you might die, or the chances of you surviving are very small. But you're there just thinking, hey, why are you telling me this plane is gonna crash? You're a naysayer, and you're what's this word that people like using? Enemy of progress. Yes, you're an enemy of progress, and you're saying all these things. And she's just like, hey, I'm just here to tell you what has happened before. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen to you, but I'm saying that chances are it might happen. And the other thing that she talked about was about YouTubers being irrelevant in 10 years. Yes, that is also the truth. If you're looking at YouTubers, in Kenya it's still pretty young, so we don't really have the data. But if you look at in the States or in the UK, where people have been on YouTube for more than 10 years, most of them are now irrelevant. No one even remembers their names. And it's just because of a few factors. So one of them could probably be the audience just grew. You know, you used to watch this person when you were, say, 15 years old. You're now 25. You like different things. And if that YouTuber did not change his or her content, then of course you're going to move on. You're not going to be watching those same things. The other thing is the YouTuber also grew up. I mean, when that YouTuber started the channel, say they were 20 years old, they're now 30, they're going to focus on other things. So of course they're going to lose their audience, because people came in for one thing, but now the YouTuber has grown, they're probably bored of whatever they're making and they want to make something else. It's growth, and it's something that happens. Very, very few YouTubers actually make it past 10 years. So whatever she's saying is the truth. So unless you're Sean Dawson or you're PewDiePie, it's going to be really hard for you to make it past 10 years. And that's just the truth. She wasn't lying. There's data. Go in and check who was relevant 10 years ago and where are they now. they're probably not on YouTube. People like Patricia Bright are definitely on their way out. People like what's her name, Superwoman, Lily Singh. Lily Singh is practically, she's out. But you see, what the point is, what did they make during their time? Did they milk it? Did they capitalize on it? People like Patricia, people like Lily Singh, if they decide that they don't want to do YouTube right now, they're fine. They're practically okay. Why? Because they took the opportunity that they had and they already milked it for what it is. You know, so it's not about hating, it's just what it is. Our tastes change, our preference change. And also the other thing is, there are high schoolers right now who are just watching you on YouTube and who are admiring you and who are leaving comments. Guess what? In a few years' time, in maybe 1 or 2 years, they're gonna get onto YouTube. They're gonna do exactly what you're doing, but only 10 times better than how you are doing it. That's just the reality of things. It's not that Tabitha is hating. She's just talking about what is happening. Nobody wants to hear the dark side. Nobody wants to hear, hey, you might fail. Let's look at another example. Vera Siddiqa, she opened a beauty parlor. Congrats, by the way. She opened a beauty parlor, which is amazing. But have you thought about how many beauty parlors only this year have closed down? Is anybody talking about them? No. Why? Because we're only talking about the good side. We're not talking about the bad side. I wish we lived in an age where if something failed, we'd also come on camera and say, hey, my business has failed and here are the reasons why. I hope that you don't make this mistake as well. And that's exactly what Tabitha is saying, because influencing is just a business like any other. There's so many other people who have tried influencing and they have failed, but nobody talks about them. Everybody's just talking about, hey, this one person came in and she made millions, so I can do it too. No one is saying you can't. What she is saying is look at the other side as well and look at it critically. So I think if you are to watch Tabitha's video again without the emotion, and then just don't think that she's attacking you, because that's unfortunately how people look at things. They're like, oh, she's talking about me, she's attacking me. No, she's not. She's just talking to everyone. She probably doesn't even know who you are. And that's the same thing even with me making this video on Tabitha. I've never met her. I only know her online. But I just think she had a lot of wisdom. And if there's someone who's watching this and watch it minus the emotions, and that's the biggest thing. Like, if you can just take out the emotions and just watch the video for what it is, then you'll really understand what she's saying. Really glad that you could join me. The other thing is, Tabitha, big up. Thank you so much for that video. Thank you so much for talking about what other people just rarely don't talk about, or they just never ever want other people to hear or to know. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye.